When you're in table service mode, this is the first screen that shows up when you log into the system. This is referred to as the table layout screen. Now, of course, the image that's presented in front of you will probably be a little different from this, but it gives you an idea in terms of what a table layout can look like. Located in the top right corner, I have all of my different dining sections, and you'll see here, for example, I've got bayside, terrace, poolside, courtyard, and so on. Within any one of these, I have all these circles here, which actually can be circles or squares, rectangles, diamond shaped, and so on. These represent tables, and each table has its own associated check with it. Now you'll notice over on the left-hand side, I've got tables 1, 2, and 3, which are different colors from the rest, which are blue, being 4 and 5, for example. Table 1 is in red. Now this means that it's your table. This is a table that's already been opened, and there's someone seated there. There's an open check on it. Table 2 is in green, which means done soon. Now this is also a check that I have opened as well, but I have printed the guest check for this, and so the customer will be finished their dining very soon. The next one is in yellow. This means in use. Now this means that this table has been opened by another server, and if I wanted to get into this, I probably couldn't because I would be locked out from accessing another server's check. And of course we've got the blue tables. Blue tables means available, so I can select on a blue table to open up a new check. Underneath this we have an icon that says Transaction View. Now if I was to select on Transaction View, this would then change me over to a slightly different look on my screen. And again, this display can be adjusted accordingly. But within this is more for like bartenders who are working with tabs and so on. So you'll see I've got, for example, new check if I want to start up a new check without referring to a table, or use check. So I can select on any one of the existing tables, and within there it will show the contents of that check, and then I can select on use check to retrieve it. If I want to go back to the table layout, I select on Seating View, and I'm back to that. The next one down is Send Command. Send Command pertains to busing commands. If I select on this, then it'll ask me to select a table. So I'll say, for example, table number 2. Now on this, I now come up with a window that contains a list of all the different busing commands that have been programmed into the system. And for example, clear table. Now if I was to select on this, then what would happen is that the clear table message would then print on a remote printer, let's say in the kitchen for example, indicating that a busser should go to table number 2 and clear the table. I also have zoom out and zoom in. And these two buttons here allow me to adjust the scale of the table section that shows up here. So for example, if I want to zoom out, then I can select on this, and you'll see now it backs me away from the scale so that I can zoom out. And if I want, I can zoom back in. Or if you want, you can also continue to zoom out and continue to do so until it finally gets so small that it will default back to where it was before. Coming down along the bottom, we have first of all the Pixel logo button in the bottom left corner. Now this will allow you to log out of the system. So if I select on this, I'm now at the login screen, and now either myself or someone else can log into the system, and I'm back in again. To the right of that, I have information pertaining to who is the person who's currently logged onto the system, and also the current date and time. These other icons, Table Info, will give me information on the various tables, which we'll take a look at in another video. Your Settings, which is all settings pertaining to me as the person who's logged into the system. Billboard, this will give information such as what's currently the specials of the day, the status of things that might be sold out, and so on. Manager, this is all manager functions that would be associated with a manager's duty. And Quick Order, if I was to select on this, then I can open up an empty check without having to select a table.